Dearest gentle viewers, Victor's sister Eloise is alive, and she might return this season to help Ethan in his quest to find the Lake of Tears. And if you give me a few minutes, I'll explain why this theory actually makes sense. First of all, the idea that Eloise is alive isn't new. It's been around for a while, and the biggest reason behind it is simple. Victor never saw her dead body. He found his mother's half-eaten corpse, but when it comes to Eloise, all he found were a few scattered pieces that supposedly belonged to her. The night their mother left them in the cellar to save the children, Victor stayed behind like he was told, but Eloise ran after her. And that tells you everything about the difference between these two siblings. Victor has always been hesitant, someone who avoids danger and stays within safe boundaries. Eloise, on the other hand, was lightly bolder and braver. But as Victor once mentioned, that wasn't even her biggest strength. Her real talent was hide and seek. She was exceptionally good at it. And in this place, being good at hide and seek was the most important survival skill before Boyd found the talismans. So here's what I think happened. Eloise followed her mother, possibly witnessed her death, and then ran. But instead of making it back, she got lost in the woods, and over time went deeper and deeper. Maybe she never returned because she believed no one else survived. Now, there's a strong chance we might actually see her return this season. The creators even dropped a subtle hint in episode 1. And if she does return, she could become the town's biggest advantage. Because as the man in black hinted, this is a story that keeps repeating itself. And Eloise, she has already lived through one version of it. If the town realizes the cycle is repeating, Eloise could give them something no one else can. Spoilers. Knowledge of what's coming next. Now you might be thinking, what about Victor? He also survived the previous cycle. But let's be honest, Victor hasn't been much help. He's mentally unstable and barely remembers anything. Just a few months ago, he didn't even remember he had a sister. This place broke him. But Eloise? She might be the opposite. Maybe she never lost hope. Maybe she's still out there, actively trying to find a way out. And that brings us to Ethan. Right now, Ethan is on a quest of his own. His dead father appears to him, and during that emotional moment, tells him to stay with his family and find the Lake of Tears, a place Ethan first saw in a dream on the day he arrived. What's even more interesting is that one of the drawings from that dream shows up in Victor's collection. Well, calling it Victor's collection isn't entirely fair, because many of those drawings were made by Eloise. So what if this drawing was hers? Before the massacre, the people in this town might have made real progress. They could have explored deeper into the woods, maybe even found the lake. But knowledge comes at a cost, and that cost might have been the massacre itself. Because think about it, why would Smiley suddenly break the rules and run just to kill Victor's mother? I think they were getting too close. Now some people believe the Lake of Tears is just another false hope. That the Jim Ethan saw wasn't really Jim. Maybe it was the man in yellow. But I don't buy that. He sounded like Jim. And we've seen this before. Father Khatri, Boyd's wife, even Tom the bartender. When they appear, they don't feel fake. They feel real. So maybe this place is a trap so powerful that no one can escape, not even after death. And maybe the dead are trying to help the people in whatever way they can. Now coming back to the main point. People will start believing Ethan. We've already seen hints of that in the trailers. In this scene, they're heading deeper into the woods and Ethan is right there with them. But before they reach the Lake of Tears, they might find Eloise, surviving alone deep in the forest. She could guide them, help them reach the lake safely, and most importantly, prepare them for what comes next. We already know the Lake of Tears is important. Otherwise, why would it be referenced again and again? Boyd's boat, Elgin's dream, the cave paintings, and now Jim's message. It all points to this place. Maybe this is the way out. All the roads lead back to the town. But maybe this lake doesn't. Maybe it leads somewhere else. Of course, nothing in this place is ever simple. It won't be as easy as taking a boat and sailing away. There will be a cost. Maybe even a side quest. Like saving the dead children first. But one thing feels certain. If Eloise returns, she will turn the game upside down with her spoilers.